it is your buddy, Peace and Harmony with you here today. Much love going out to all the beautiful empowered harmonizers. And we are zooming in and focusing in on a great viewer question. And that is to ask about the preoccupation, sort of an anxious preoccupation that she has with someone who is controlling and manipulative and just downright negative in her life. And before we get started, I just want to give a huge shout out to those of you who have recently donated to the channel. Thank you so much for your contributions and donations. And of all things, happy Easter. It is a beautiful day to celebrate life. So we're going to thank you very much, and absolutely positively. If you would like to participate in the Peace and Harmony channel, we would love to hear from you. You can donate at the PayPal Donate Now button here on the About page of Peace and Harmony here at YouTube. So thank you so much for your donations and your support. And I hope you can see me on this outdoor video. We are going back old school with Peace and Harmony. We're taking it to the outdoors, the heart of nature. We're in the sun, basking in all the beautiful natural beauty in the great outdoors. And I hope you get a chance to do the same. It will help you to relax, get some things sorted out, and get some positive distance and perspective from abusive relationships that tend to cycle over and over in your mind. And yes, that is a great topic to bring up, sort of that anxious preoccupation. Preoccupation means it's sort of always at the forefront of your mind. You feel like you just can't be yourself. You can't be yourself without sort of working this person into all of your decision making. All of your choices seem to be burdened, tainted, and preoccupied, and it's making you anxious because you're feeling, really, let's undo and unpack the feeling of preoccupation and anxiety. To be preoccupied with something means it's always on your mind, and not in a positive way, not in a way that brings you happiness, joy, and results, but in a way that feels sort of tense. It feels heavy. It feels like it's going to break the camel's back. It's going to be the last straw. It's constant and ongoing. It's a preoccupation with what this person thinks, what they're going to do, how they're going to react. It's really like the beginning of really sort of an enmeshment and a attachment issue with these sorts of people. And preoccupation means it's always on your mind, and not in a healthy way where it's just dealt with in the present moment, but while you're doing other things, while you're preparing or sorting and organizing your refrigerator, while you're organizing your house, while you're driving just down the road, driving to work, while you're at work. You have to constantly feel that you have to maintain a sort of balance and connection with this individual to be their priority, to be who they come home to, who they go to for their love. It's a preoccupation also with their reaction. So this is oftentimes not only a preoccupation that is created from the past, and past issues that maybe you're trying to always revisit and seeing, could I have done something different? Why did they treat me this way? Why did they say that? All this sort of trying to unpack the past and also to unpack and organize the future. So you're trying to sort of always be on the offense and the defense at the same time, trying to, be prepared for a narcissistic rage, for their unhappiness, for the jabs that come under the gut, behind the knees, behind the neck, when you're least expecting it. So anything that you do seems to be wrought with this concern, this worry. It becomes a state of mind, and it becomes a lifestyle. And as we know, Dr. Joe Dispenza, that we think about 90,000 thoughts a day, and roughly about 90 to 95% of them are the same as the day before. This is preoccupation. When you are preoccupied with something, it means it's taking an undue and unhealthy amount of your psychic mental energy. You have energy in motion, which is your emotions, and these can thrust you towards certain places, certain events, certain choices, which can be positive or negative or have a spectrum in between. However, preoccupation becomes negative because it's not allowing you to see or feel the big picture. You say yes when you want to say no. You say no when you want to say yes. And the preoccupation can then ripple over and find itself in other areas of your life that it doesn't belong. So you can't really focus on reading because you've got this preoccupation. Should I be getting together with this individual? Should I be trying to improve myself for this person? There's an unhealthy external locus of control, and you've gotten very used to it. You've gotten very habituated. The mind, it loves these patterns, like Dr. Joe Dispenza says. And now the patterns, though, can be habitual because they've been reinforced and allowed to repeat themselves. But are they giving you the perspective that you want? Are they, keeping you on the road of positive, orderly direction thinking? Are you experiencing more positive moments? Are you experiencing the miracle, like we were saying earlier in the video? Are you having this sort of get-togethers that you dreamed about yesterday, that you're dreaming about today, that you dreamed about a year ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago? Are you living the dream? The dream is really your vision that was set up like, I want to do that. I want to go there. I want to do that. What that person is doing. I'm picking up positive examples, positive mentors, but then there's procrastination, there's a putting off, there's an undoing when you have an anxious preoccupation. An anxious preoccupation means like, I know I shouldn't be preoccupied with this, but I'm doing it anyway. You need to drop the anxiety, drop the fear, drop the false evidence that appears real, and begin to breathe into a neutral and indifferent, a kind of a neutral state of ground, so you can have an open place to think from, to dream from, and to decide from. Let go of the preoccupation. What is going to happen when you let it go? When you are dropping that worry habit. And habits are reinforced. It's ingrained ways of thinking. And so it's very important to develop new, epigenetics. Dr. Bruce Lipton, a very wonderful author that talks about neuroplasticity, the ability of the brain to change itself. So as you get new experiences, your brain will rewire and refire. So it's so important to get new experiences for yourself. And I apologize, there's kind of a noisy family here that's going about their day while we're videoing. So I hope you can hear me above that or within it. And so really this is important that you understand why the anxiety is, because you're trying to control an outcome that you don't have control over. Anxiety is fear. It's the fear that's been ingrained and caused by something that has happened in the past. It can be, usually somebody who creates or instills this feeling of fear in you. Realize that some people use fear as a manipulation tactic. They use intimidation as a manipulation tactic. So it causes this anxious preoccupation in the quote-unquote victims, supply, individuals who have been there in that role that the narcissist has designed or created for you. You can say, no, thank you. I don't want to play that role. I don't want that job. I'm not applying. I don't want that position. I don't want that responsibility to process your negativity. I don't want the responsibility of going through this devaluation and degrade phase. The love bombing was a fake, it was a fraud, it was an illusion, but no, thank you. I, want the real thing. I want the true love. I want the true happiness. I want the true lifestyle. And it's time to pick up those positives that you had dreamed along the way and have not fulfilled. In my book that I'm writing, I talk about the role of procrastination. People oftentimes think that they have so much time. They have so much time. It's just this day that I can mope around and stay with this anxious preoccupation. The anxiety, if we understand both aspects of it, and really the cause of the anxiety, because once you understand the cause, you can let it go. You can say, no, thank you, anxiety. I have other things to focus on and to feel and to apply myself on right now. Anxiety is a fear that oftentimes is instilled by people who want to manipulate or control. Fear is a great motivator. Fear which is basically, you know, that creates a feeling of self-preservation or self-protection. In other words, oftentimes, you know, you have to respond in like energy to a narcissist who is giving you this energy, who's giving you the looks, who's giving you the disapproval, you know, whatever it is, what they think about you is none of your business. And that's Sunny Dawn Johnson. That's a great statement from her. She is a healer and a wonderful, wonderful mentor that I'm thinking of now, who says that what you think about me is none of my business. So, and she has gone through great hardships in life. She's gone through a lot of rough aspects of her life, and she has come out a better person the other side. And the same is for you. Absolutely. People who are sensitive, who are empathic to other people, need to realize that their empathy is a gift. You need to surround yourself and be with people who are like you, who are also empathetic, who are empaths, who are sensitive to other people's feelings. And when you're around people who are empathetic, it's a win-win situation, because you're able to really understand and feel understood. You're able to be listened to and be heard. You're able to be seen and feel acknowledged and validated. You know, your life begins to crack open. Your heart is cracking open, and you're no longer having a preoccupation or anxiety over what is going to happen. You no longer try to control the uncontrollable. You know, that's, you know, it's to learn something rather than control a situation. It's to learn something rather than feel that you have to control a situation. If someone is going to be negative, let them go on their merry way. If someone is going to be critical and hypercritical, let them go also on their merry way. Begin to align yourself with people and your own self, and acknowledge and validate and give credit to yourself. You know, you are empathetic, you are caring, you are sensitive, you are appreciative, you have gratitude, you have love of life, you have love of nature. The free air right here, right outside right now, is just wonderful. We have not been able to, you know, be outside, with exception of the Cabo, which we didn't video there, but we videoed thereafter. You know, just begin to soak in the breeze. Let the fingers of the wind massage you. Let the sun kiss your skin. Let the fresh air fill your lungs, you know, and let you taste the natural goodness in some plant-based foods today. You know, people don't give themselves what they need. They tend to be preoccupied, and the fear keeps them at this high, strung level. Anxiety is like, you know, your heart is out of alignment, your heart beats, your muscles are all clenching up like they're trying to ward off, you know, a demon or something toxic. This is known as bracing. People brace themselves, you know, they're always, you know, their shoulders are just all clenched up, their teeth. You know, this is a sign of self-protection and self-preservation in the fight or flight. You know, then your body then feels and stays in tense, uncomfortable situations. You know, your body locks up. It is not good to have these energetic blocks. As you begin to have new experiences, your body has a chance to change its DNA. You let go of the preoccupation. You come to the present moment. You see how good it feels. You need to create these moments for yourself now. You need to go out and seek these. You need to be able to create. That is the recovery date, where you go out and you intentionally, with purpose and intention, create the new experiences that you need to create a new foundation. Getting rid of the old and bringing in the new. That is so very crucial and so important for you to rehabilitate and restructure and rewire that foundation and reprogram. In other words, unlearn the negative lessons that you had learned, and then begin to plant new seeds that begin to flourish new life for you. This is a purposeful intention. It's you create a new intention, a new focus, a new motivation, a new inspiration. And as you begin to do this again and again and again, you will get positive momentum in your life. You'll begin to bring out new interests, new skills. I don't know what I'm interested in. That's okay. That's a great start. Then ask yourself, if I did know what I was interested in, what would I be doing? Would I learn how to fish? Would I learn how to snorkel? Would I learn how to scuba dive? Would I learn how to camp? Would I learn how to fly a plane? What is going to take your happiness and your joy to the next level so you can open up your potential rather than having it filled with anxiety and preoccupation, especially with something that is out of your control. Oftentimes an external individual, an event, a holiday, something which keeps your wheels going, but just digging a bigger hole for you versus taking it and letting it give you flight into a new place, a new happiness. What can you do today? Even I don't know. Okay, well then if you did know, what would you like to do? What would make you happy? I don't know what to do with this person. Okay, very good. If you did know, what would you do? What would it look like? So it's really important that you ask yourself the right questions so you'll be able to launch yourself in the new direction. It's very important that you learn how to do this so you know you have this skill. It's like developing a tool from a lump of clay, and all of a sudden you need a cup. You take that lump of clay and you pinch it into a cup that you can drink with, and that it now serves you. That's what your time is about, creating a new something out of nothing, a raw material, your raw emotions. If you're very angry, that means you're fired up. You have a lot of energy. Use this in a positive direction. Use this to go in a positive flow. Use this to get to better know yourself and get to know a new aspect of life, the universe. Would you like to study the stars, astronomy? Would you like to study your zodiac? I am a Libra. Right? Can you tell? I'm all about bringing justice, bringing peace, bringing balance, having a moral cause, lover of the aesthetics. It's the only non-inanimate sign of the zodiac. Most other zodiacs are not, don't have a human figure. However, Libra does. It's the sign of justice. So as you can tell, I'm here to help elevate those who have been knocked down and bring things into alignment, bring things into balance, which is knowledge and this awareness applied. And so now, really, it's to stop the preoccupation, stop the intrusive thoughts, put a brake on it. If you need to tell yourself audibly, I am putting on the brakes. I'm putting on the emotional brakes. I can stop. That is sometimes people's first awareness that they can have emotional control, especially what we know as boundaries, to create a boundary, to say, no, I stop there and I grow there. I stop and I'm up from here. I'm no longer giving into all the negative distractions that have overwhelmed and caused this anxious preoccupation. It is nothing but the toxic which creates this. It's really a fear that creates this. Eliminate the fears. Realize you have nothing to be afraid of. You have nothing to be afraid of. And to be preoccupied is to rob you of your present joy. Begin to come back to the positive. As you can see, life is moving. Things aren't always picture perfect, and they don't have to be. Nor should you strive. Sometimes the narcissist is causing you to feel like you have to be a perfectionist, or you have to do more than your fair share. You have to, absorb a lot of, their frustration in order to help them through the relationship, or to try to keep a relationship glued and intact when it should in fact be busted open, and you should be let out to dry. And so you have to come to this awareness, and oftentimes you need these sort of videos and such to be able to do that, to have the privacy of the discussion and be able to work through it. So I completely understand that. So be able to determine what is the unhealthy, anxious preoccupation that I have been involved with and that I have allowed myself to get sucked up into, and I'm going to put the brakes on it today. I'm going to stop today and say from today forward, evermore, I'm going to stop this anxious preoccupation with this individual. and what they said and what they did, and I'm going to let it go. I'm going to stop the cycle. And I'm going to create a new habit, a new thought pattern, and I'm going to have more new thoughts, new choices, and new decisions, which take me out of that crossroads where it's like a plateau, and you can either go to, we can call it Wimp Junction. You can either go down the road of what I call NOD thinking, negative orderly direction thinking, or you can make a choice to go a little bit further along the road of what I call POD thinking, positive orderly direction thinking. Feeling, behaving, and being. And how can you get more in alignment with that and take one step after the other and begin to cease the old patterns and create the new. Strive to have new thoughts, new feelings, new vocabulary, new people, new perspectives, new emotions. This will help you to apply and use the laws of epigenetics and neuroplasticity and create new realities for yourself. So you create a new brain when you have a new experience. You're creating new neurons that wire and fire together. So you're actively giving yourself a new direction. You're like the hand that guides, the hand that comes in and shapes that raw clay into the cup that it can drink from. Use yourself as the raw material. You are your time is valuable, and you use it to mold and shape to how you want to feel, what you want that situation to give to you, and how it looks, what it tastes like, what it sounds like, what it feels like, and then how it opens up your intuition and your higher consciousness, and how it helps you to grow and expand and feel like a new person. You're becoming at this whole new level. You're raising up, you're raising up, you're raising up. You're stronger, stronger, stronger. It's a building process. It is a process. This is not overnight. But those anxious preoccupations will go away, and you'll begin to live in the solution as you make new positive choices. This is your buddy, Peace and Harmony, with you here today, and I hope that these videos do help. Please share, please subscribe for more great tools, videos, discussion, and support. Peace out. Have a beautiful day.